I'm Sunny. I want to talk about this spring 2020 anime lineup. First of all, as you can see, I'm in my pajamas. It's this COVID-19. But you think I have more time, but I'm actually quite busy still. Hence why this took a while. Anyway, let's talk about our current lineup. The first show I want to talk about is Tower of God. In Japanese, it's called Kami no Tao. This is an exciting anime that's been released by Webtoons and Crunchyroll. Webtoons is an online comic, mainly out of Korea, that now are looking to break into animation. And this is a co-production with Crunchyroll, so an original content. This is an exciting possibility for them because, well, it's a new line of content that they can create from. So let's see how this series and this venture goes on for Crunchyroll. Anyhow, this is a very interesting anime. I started watching it, and it has a very big world building element. It's not like your typical isekai. It's quite a lot of mystery and information it seems to be missing. And as users, we watch and we learn while watching the series. It's an interesting one. I haven't really got a big opinion about it, but I've been following it, and it is very entertaining. Now, the big one for me is Kaguya-sama Love is War, or Kaguya-sama no Kokuretsai Tensai no Rennai so no Sen. Wow, that's a mouthful. Anyways, Love is War. This series is hysterical. It's a slice of life anime that takes place in a high school. The two main love interests. One's the diligent, student who worked hard and is handsome and he's excellent, and the other one is from a very rich, powerful family. And unlike most romances, it's in this case is if any of them, these two admit that they like each other to each other, they feel like then that person will have more power over them. So there's a kind of an interesting dynamic. They like each other, but they can't let each other know they like them, and they're afraid they'll make this. Especially when it comes to Kaguya, when the main guy thinks of what happens if he admits he loves her, and she goes, "Oh, that's so cute," and I kind of feel for him. Another one I've been watching, Gleipnir, and this one is very strange. It's about, how do I put it? A high school boy who suddenly one day turns into like a mascot. Except it's not like a uniform he puts on. He actually turns into the mascot all around, and someone can get in him. And it's very dark, but it's quite brutal. It's definitely the bloodiest one I've seen so far this year. I can't describe it. You have to watch it. What else is there this year that's interesting? Oh, interesting news. City Hunter. Oh my god, it's finally being carried in English, subtitled on Crunchyroll. If you've never seen City Hunter, it's an old 1990s animation. You gotta watch it. It's a little ecchi. There's another one that's also on Crunchyroll called The Eighth Sun. Are you kidding me? Yeah, this is an isekai. It's pretty formulaic. Nothing I'm gonna remember probably, but it is simple fun. It's okay. I like it. Another one that seems to be popular that I can't seem to get into is this Princess Connect Dive. Not my kind of story. Oh, I do like this one. Another one, Tsugumomo. How to describe this? In Shintoism, there's a belief that inanimate objects will get a life of its own. And in this case, the kimono obi, which is the wrap around the kimono, goes around the waist, comes to life due to like long usage and love and care and so on. And because of this life and people, it now helps humans against other creatures that took on a life of its own. Because generally when they do, it sometimes could be good or bad. It really depends. Now, this one is a bit ecchi, and there's a lot of panty scenes in the bathtubs and stuff, but it actually is a pretty nice story, and I actually do like it. Here's the other one that I really enjoy. It's an isekai. It's called Ascendance of a Bookworm. How do you describe it? It's like, it's not like your normal isekai like Sword Art Online or whatever. There is no fighting. There is no grinding. There's no harem. In fact, the main character is a Japanese girl who's a bookworm, shall we say, or she would read a lot. She loves that. It's born into a world where it's like medieval, like books are very rare and valuable, and there's magic in this world. And she was born in a very poor family, so, you know, her whole quest was really to try to get books and read. So she even goes out and tries to make one using clay tablets, and then later on onto sticks of wood, and you know, and she just basically wants to sit around and read. Through this, we find the mystery, and it's not about like fighting. There's no fighting in this. All the entire the whole series takes place around in the town and just outside of it, maybe in the forest. It's a little girl who's actually sickly, and the body she's born into, but she apparently has a strong magical power. So with that, she goes on, and because can you imagine anyone in the 21st century being born 500-600 years ago would have a distinct advantage in idea, and she was born into a really young girl's body, and she remembers all her adult life. So she has, and plus being a bookworm, she has a lot of history and knowledge. She's managed to put this to great use and elevate her status in life. Other things going on that's interesting. My next life as a villainess. I haven't seen this one, but there seems to be a lot of buzz about it. Basically, it's an isekai. A girl gets born into like a video game, but she's the bad girl. Like it's princess trying to lure, get the boy to fall in love with her. And she's supposed to lose, that's the game, right? But, she's not gonna lose. Other interesting, of course there's the usual Fate Grand Order type of anime. I've actually lost all complete interest in that series. Last season there was Inspector. I don't know if anyone saw that. That's really a good series. I highly recommend that one. Oh, yeah, this one, BNA. I really want to see this one. It's by Studio Trigger. I've always loved Studio Trigger stuff. Yeah, BNA. It's kind of like a. I don't know. Recently, there's been a lot of furry stuff. Like there was one called Beastars, which I saw, which was really good. And now the Studio Trigger has this BNA, which is kind of like humanoid animals. So one day, a human girl turns into like an animal. So then she's trying to figure out how to get back to being a normal human. So, if it's anything like Studio Trigger, I think it'll be good. Anything else that looks good I can think of. Oh, of course, there's that whole series of railgun. You know that a certain magical index. This is a certain scientific railgun. It's really good. Azure Lane, I haven't seen it. It's supposed to be really popular. It's that battleship girl kind of series that's going on. Anyways, those are the ones I've been sort of following and looking at and thinking of following and watching more. Yeah. Anyways, that's it. Alright. Tell me if there's something that you're watching that's interesting to see. Let me know. And I'll check it out. Talk to you later. Bye.